Welcome. In this video, we'll cover the top JavaScript interview questions from beginner to advanced. Let's dive in. Question number 1. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is a lightweight, interpreted programming language used primarily for adding interactivity and dynamic behavior to web pages. It runs in the browser and can also be used on servers using Node.js. Question number 2. What are the data types in JavaScript? JavaScript has primitive and non-primitive data types. Primitive, string, number, boolean, null, undefined, big int, symbol. Non-primitive, object, which also includes array and function. Question number 3. What is the difference between var, let, and const? In JavaScript, var, let, and const are keywords used to declare variables, but they differ in scope, redeclaration, reassignment, and hoisting behavior. The var keyword is function scoped, meaning the variable is accessible throughout the function in which it is declared. It allows both redeclaration and reassignment of the variable. Variables declared with var are hoisted to the top of their scope and initialized with undefined before code execution. The let keyword is block scoped, meaning it is accessible only within the block in which it's defined. Variables declared with let can be reassigned but not redeclared within the same scope. Like var, let is hoisted, but it stays in a temporal dead zone, meaning it cannot be accessed before initialization. The const keyword is also block scoped, similar to let. However, once a const variable has been assigned a value, it cannot be reassigned or redeclared. It too is hoisted and remains in the temporal dead zone until it is initialized. Although const variables are immutable in binding, if they reference objects or arrays, their internal values can still be modified. Question number 4. What is hoisting in JavaScript? Hoisting is JavaScript's default behavior of moving declarations to the top of their scope during compilation. Question number 5. What is the difference between equals and equals? In JavaScript, the equals and equals operators are both used to compare values, but they work differently. The equals operator is known as the lose equality operator. It compares two values for equality after performing type coercion, meaning JavaScript automatically converts values to the same type before comparing them. For example, string 5 equals number 5 returns true because the string 5 is converted to the number 5 during comparison. Question number 6. What are truthy and falsy values? In JavaScript, a falsy value is one that evaluates to false in a Boolean context, such as in an if statement. The falsy values are false, 0, -0, big int 0, empty string, null, undefined, and none. Any value that is not one of these is considered truthy, meaning it evaluates to true in Boolean contexts. For example, non-empty strings, non-zero numbers, arrays, objects, and functions are all truthy values, even if they appear empty, such as empty array or empty JSON. Question number 7. What is a closure? A closure in JavaScript is a function that has access to variables from its outer scope, even after that outer scope has finished executing. This means the function remembers the environment in which it was created and can reference variables from that environment, even when called outside of it. Closures are often created when you define a function inside another function and return the inner function or assign it to another variable. The inner function then retains access to the variables and parameters of the outer function, allowing persistent state and encapsulation. Question number 8. What is the difference between null and undefined? In JavaScript, undefined indicates that a variable has been declared but has not been assigned a value yet. This can also happen when you access properties or function arguments that do not exist, or when a function does not explicitly return a value. By contrast, null is a special value you can explicitly assign to a variable to represent no value, or an intentional absence of any object value. JavaScript itself will not automatically set a variable to null. It is used by programmers to indicate emptiness on purpose. In summary, undefined means a variable is uninitialized or missing, while null is explicitly set to indicate no value or emptiness. Question number 9. What is a callback function? A callback function in JavaScript is a function that is passed as an argument to another function and is executed after the completion of some operation inside the outer function. This allows you to run code in response to events, asynchronous tasks, or after specific routines have finished. Callbacks are fundamental for handling things like timers, events, or processing results from asynchronous operations such as HTTP requests. The receiving function calls, or invokes, the callback at the appropriate time, giving you precise control over how and when certain tasks get executed in your code. Question number 10. What is an IIFA? An IIFE, or immediately invoked function expression, is a JavaScript function that is executed immediately after it is defined. It is typically wrapped in parentheses to create a function expression, and then immediately called with another set of parentheses. The main purpose of an IIFE is to create a private scope for variables, so they don't pollute the global environment. This technique ensures that any variables or functions defined inside the IIFE cannot be accessed from outside, making your code more modular and preventing accidental naming conflicts. The function is enclosed in parentheses and invoked right away, so IIFE runs immediately, is printed as soon as the code runs.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.
You made it to the end, awesome. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Crafted Scripts for more practical coding guides and developer tips. Stay creative, keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.